We are officially 9 days away until conference tournament play begins, as the Horizon League will start their tournament on February 25th, giving us, of course, under 2 weeks until the glory and sadness of the March Madness tournament. With that being said, today in this video we're going to discuss 3 teams that will make a big impact in their conference tournament and in the 2021 NCAA tournament, due to the fact that conference tournament play and of course the NCAA tournament is right around the corner. Each team that is on this list are sleeper teams that have potential to do something big in the tournament. However, they also lack representation in the sports media world, making them a sleeper team. With that being said, if you want more parts of the series, like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get it going. The first team that's going to be represented on this list is the Loyola-Chicago Ramblers. The Ramblers are currently sitting at the 22nd spot in the newest AP poll, as they come in 18-4 on the season. The team is led by Cameron Krutwig, which, if you do recall, Krutwig was a key focal point, and other players that led the Ramblers to a Final Four appearance in 2018 as an 11 seed. The Ramblers look to be a very good team this year, as Krutwig is averaging 15 points per game, 6.6 rebounds per game, and 3 assists with a steal and a block a game. Another key player for the Ramblers is guard Tate Hall. He's really showing out with 8.3 points, 3.1 rebounds, 1.8 assists on the year, and has a pretty solid 3-point percentage. Let's not forget about their underdogs. It's Agur Agwake, 8 points per game, 4.4 rebounds per game, 1.2 assists per game. This team is solid. When I mean this team is absolutely solid, they're one of the best teams in the nation. In my eyes, they definitely can pull it together for another Final Four run. They are currently sitting number 1 in defensive adjusted efficiency rate, which is outstanding, meaning they have the best efficiency rating according to the Ken Pomeroy rankings, which is usually never wrong. They are also sitting at the 38th spot in the offensive adjusted efficiency rate, which shows the best teams offensively in basketball. This team is outstanding, and they have great players that will definitely lead them to another Final Four appearance if possible. This year they lost to Wisconsin, Richmond, Indiana State, and Drake. That Drake team was a top 25 team, as well as Wisconsin. However, the biggest problem with this team is that despite losing to some solid teams like Wisconsin, Richmond, and Drake, they don't have many wins. So it's hard to tell if they are truly a bust or a solid team, but I do think they're a very solid team. If you just look at their statistics and their efficiency, it shows that they are one of the best teams in the country at the moment. With that being said, of course, they're sitting at number 22 in the nation at an 18-4 pace. However, I do think that they can definitely win their conference, as they're sitting number 1 in their conference right now, according to ESPN. They have 3 games left, and all they need to do is win those 3 games, and they'll be set through conference tournament play, and will make another NCAA tournament. I predict this team to be at least a Sweet 16 team, and potentially a Final Four team if possible. The next team that is included on this list is the Colorado Buffaloes, who sit 4th in the Pac-12 right now. Colorado is having an incredible season, really coming out of their shell compared to the past few years. It's their 4th in the Pac-12, of course, running off on a 16-6 record, being led by guard McKinley Wright V. McKinley Wright V is currently holding up with 14.4 points per game, 4.3 rebounds, 5.7 assists, a steal, and half a block per game. Alongside Wright V is Jariah Horn. Horn has an 11-point game average with 5.5 rebounds. This guy is a very good player, and this duo is having an extraordinarily good season. Surprisingly, Colorado put together a very solid season. Led by Coach Tad Boyle, the Colorado Buffaloes are sitting at 16th on the Ken Pomeroy rankings. They have beaten teams such as USC, Oregon, Utah, Stanford, Arizona, and Oregon State. However, they have some big losses against California, who is currently ranked 136 in the Ken Pomeroy rankings, and Washington, who is currently ranked 164 in the Ken Pomeroy rankings. With that being said, Colorado is currently sitting at 14th in the nation with an adjusted efficiency tempo on the offensive side and 38th on the defense, giving them a solid record. With that in mind, they are 1st in free throw percentage in the nation and 12th with steal percentage in the nation. This team does know how to play defense, and they play good, solid defense. This is another team that I could honestly see make it to the Final Four. However, I do think their ceiling may be the Sweet 16 or the Elite 8s, and the floor is definitely a potential first-round upset. This team, though, don't get me wrong, is one of the best teams in the nation, and sitting at 4th in the Pac-12 does not give them justice. The Colorado Buffaloes is a very solid team, and I'm excited to see them play in the conference tournaments and in March Madness. This last team may surprise many, as I have the 42nd ranked on KenPom Missouri Tigers coming in at 13-5. The Missouri Tigers, who is ranked 20th on the AP poll, has had an interesting year, losing to teams like number 7 Tennessee, Mississippi State, Auburn, Ole Miss, and Arkansas. However, they have beaten teams such as Alabama, Texas A&M, Oregon, Liberty, and Illinois. This team is just weird, to say the least. They have the biggest ups and downs in college basketball, in my opinion. If they can bring one of those ups into March Madness, I do think that they can definitely secure a great lead and a great spot against a solid team. Per se, I'm not going to throw any names out there, but maybe Alabama again. Look, the Tigers may not be the greatest. They don't have anyone that's terrific in anyone's books. I mean, they have Xavier Pinson, who's averaging 14.7 points per game, and Drew Smith with 14, but that's nothing that's incredible. We have seen better players in college basketball. The one thing that this team does is they play together. I have never seen one Missouri Tiger game this season where they did not play together, and it was just bland. This team has 3 players above 10 points per game, and they have a lot of great players that like to pass the ball. This team is definitely hit or miss. I don't see them doing much more than maybe a Sweet 16 appearance, as they're a hit and miss team. However, with a 40th ranked offensive adjusted efficiency ranking, which is pretty solid for a team this low on the list, I definitely see them doing some crazy things in March, and I'm excited for it. I'm excited for maybe some potential upsets in the SEC tournament and in the NCAA tournament.